running allows me, an ordinary woman, do extraordinary things. I use running as a tool to transform myself. And I think right now, I dare say now in 2023, I really love who I have become.
Hello and welcome to another episode of YanaTV. Today our guest is Jasmine Go, who is first of all a wonderful mother to 2 children. She's also a national athlete and a businesswoman. Jasmine, thank you so much for joining us today.
And thank you, Yana, for having me.
I absolutely love your story because when I think about especially athletes, to me it is a person who starts since they are 4, 5, 6 years old. And I know you started when you were in your early 30s. I mean, that's unusual. So what happened?
Right. Long story.
Yes.
And I would start right there. I had a divorce when I was 32.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. And I always looked at it, it's not, well, it's something that happened to me, but it's not something bad. It is a reset, a moment to reset, a moment to reframe, a moment to reinvent myself. And I think I used that opportunity to do exactly that. And I'm very, very grateful to what I've accomplished and where I am today.
Why sports? Why out of everything like possibly you could do, why did you go into sports?
Yeah. I think it was emotionally very challenging at that period of time. One of the things that I believe I could do and that I have complete control is the physical aspect of me. And so I wanted to use that physical transformation as a stepping stone to my complete transformation of Jasmine Go. Yeah.
And so here you are, you show up, and you're a national athlete, right? I mean, you have been representing several times Singaporean in SEA Games. So you show up, and I assume probably half of the people would be half your age who are competing. So how did that feel?
I've actually never thought I would be where I am today. I mean, had you told me when I started running that I would be representing my country, I think I would have laughed it off because it's just so impossible. When I started running, I was struggling with just the mere running of 2.4K. And 2.4 kilometers is like our basic physical fitness test back in school. Do that.
So, I admire you just for passing that mark.
Yeah, so it was to me like I had to start somewhere. And I said, I would do 2.4. Right? I struggled. That was my first attempt. But I continued. And then after that, I signed up for my first marathon. And then I did my first ultra, 100Ks. And then I became a national athlete. I wouldn't say the journey is easy. But what happened was I set a goal and I achieved it because I believed in myself. And I tried really, really hard. I put in just so much sweat and tears.
When you say that, well, I ran, 2.4K and then I became a national athlete shortly after. So I just feel there is like a lot in between. How did you find the inner resources? How did you deal? Did you had any setbacks? Did you feel down or did you lose, belief sometimes on the way of becoming national athletes? So how did you overcome all of that?
Yeah. So let me start the story. When I became I think more physical, right? Like just having a more active lifestyle, that was really to transform myself. I think one of the things I said earlier was to transform myself physically. And therefore, the transformation then would flow into other aspects of my life. I also wanted to be a role model for my children. I think that is very important. And especially because they're girls, I want them to know that physically we're not weaker. And that is one thing that I never believed. And in fact, I dare say I'm faster than most of the men in Singapore when it comes to running.
Congratulations.
I know. And so I do take pride in that when I say that because we are not the weaker sex. So we shouldn't brand ourselves that way or think that way. We should
I'm getting goosebumps.
I know. We should reframe our thinking.
Yeah.
So that's number one, reframe your thinking. Anytime you want to start a new goal, a new dream, you got to reframe that thinking. So my daughters were, I believe, key factors to why I wanted to become national athlete.
So it was for them to show
For
an
them,
example,
to show them
right?
that we are
Yeah.
not the weakest sex. And there's so much opportunities out there. We don't have to sell ourselves short because of our age, because of what we think people think of us, or what we choose to or had believe in ourselves, right? We can reframe that. We can rewrite the story, the narrative anytime. Yeah. Another thing was because in 2015 is where we held the SEA Games in Singapore.
SEA Games, yeah.
It was here where I witnessed one of our athletes winning the marathon. And it was just amazing. It was amazing to be there to witness his glory, his win. And I was sitting with and I still remember today, I was sitting with my children at the closing ceremony of the SEA Games 2015. I looked at them in the eye and I said, the next game, I will not be just a spectator, but I will be a participant. I will don the national colors and I will run for Singapore.
And you did it.
And I did it.
You did it.
I did it. I wouldn't say I truly believe in it, that it was achievable or attainable. What I believe is that I could overcome all difficulties and challenges. Maybe I wouldn't hit the goal, and even if I don't hit my goal, I would have made a lot of progress, whether it's in my running, in my life. Like the transformation would flow to the rest of the other aspects of my life. And that was what I was really reaching for. Not so much the destination, but the journey. Yeah. And I think it was lovely that I attained the goal. But what really made me really happy is that my children get to witness that.
But mommy did it.
Yes. And that they heard me say, I'm going to do it. And they witnessed it become into fruition when in 2 years, I made that happen.
Wow, congratulations. I mean, that's quite remarkable.
Yeah.
But I'm also curious, how did it change you when you say that, right, you achieved the goal, you were working so hard, you learned to be the master of your physical body, to control your body more. So how did it change you as a person?
I think I got stronger mentally, because the physical change is obvious. I mean, you get stronger, you get, your muscle tone and all that. But I think what really the transformation that I was craving for is that mental resilience, emotional resilience, just being able to become invincible in that sense, no matter what setbacks or challenges or life throws at you, that you're able to overcome it. Because if you can overcome these little physical challenges, right? I mean, it's difficult at my age. Like you said, I didn't start when I was young. I started when I was in my 30s. I was dealing with perhaps longer time to recover.
Injuries, potentially.
Injuries,
right?
that's
you're
right.
Not trained.
Yes. And I was also juggling work and training
and motherhood.
and children. Yeah,
right.
That's right. So there's a lot of things on my plate. And I think if I could manage all that well, then really I can do anything. I felt invincible.
I
did.
Yes.
I think I've shared this with you. Running allows me, an ordinary woman, do extraordinary things. I know, and I love that journey of mine. And I'm so appreciative that I had that calling to transform myself, and I use running as a tool, I suppose, in this sense, or a platform where I use it to transform myself. And I think right now I dare say I'm really different from who I am in 2011 and now in 2023. And I really love who I have become.
Do you feel it's also changed you as a parent? Are you a different parent as a result?
My kids were really young then, and they have grown in this journey with me. And they've always thought of mommy as like the superwoman, right?
Well, I said it.
She
yes,
runs,
you are a superwoman,
yeah,
clearly.
She runs, clearly she can run. So sometimes
and
when
she can win, not
and
just
she
run.
can win, that's right. Sometimes when I go for my training and they were like, how long will you be away? How long are you running? I'll be like, I think today I'm doing like 17. Oh, it's just 17. So,
not a big deal.
Yeah, not a big deal. And I love that because it allows them to see that these numbers are not scary. In terms of, physical, like running, these numbers are not scary. And so I hope sometimes when they think about their goals and their dreams, they will think that, if mommy had done that, this is not scary. It's something that I can do too. I want to be that inspiration for them.
I love how you just really, motivated by being a role model to your girls. I mean, just like so sweet and, warm-hearted.
Yeah.
And how does it show up in business? Because I don't know what is the situation right now, but I heard that in Singapore, or maybe in Asia in general, then the athletes are not always paid, or maybe not paid as much compared to how it is in the West.
Yes.
So you guys still have to work. Right?
Yes.
So how does it show up in business, with the qualities? Like, do you see any changes in that?
Yes. And, after the divorce, I had to work. I mean, we have to support ourselves. So I've actually done a lot of things. I mean, I've surprised myself. I was not afraid of taking on challenges. I don't shy away from difficult situations. I really embrace change. And I've done things in the finance industry, in the blockchain and DeFi industry. And right now I'm in the speaker business and in the innovation and technology business. So I'm really excited about the space I'm in. And I think who I have become over the years is very, very much aligned with what I am doing right now with my partner. So we've created this business called Asia Innovate Hub, where we want to help startups and enterprises embrace change and navigate VUCA. And we know, I mean, change is constant. It's a norm in the world of business. And at Asia Innovate Hub, we really want to move away from the traditional outdated approaches to management and leadership. We want to encourage innovation, reinvention, and that's what I do.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
We want to encourage reinvention and we want to drive growth. And we do it through a few ways. One way is through the collaboration with USBI, which is a global speaker bureau. We are also working with startup ecosystems, where our clients will have access to groundbreaking and revolutionary technology that is not mainstream yet.
Well, I think it's wonderful.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Well, I'm looking forward to see that.
Yes.
And I mean, of course, in the description of the video, we guys going to include links to learn more about Jasmine and to learn more also about companies that she's involved in, and wishing you just so much success with all your endeavors.
Thank you.
So I will tell all my friends who are in startups and these particular businesses that you are guys, going there. I think that's great.
Yes.
And you know that YanaTV, I mean, we focus on Asia, right? And it's a lot the dialogue between Asian people and non-Asian people. So as an Asian woman, right, who is a national athlete, and I don't know if you have seen actually Westerners or Caucasians running, were there people there or not, but you definitely saw them in a business environment. So I'm just curious, so what was your experience of Westerners or Caucasians who come and work in Asia?
Well, interestingly, my business partner is Caucasian. The working style is different, that's for sure. And also because the gender, right? I'm female, he's male. So there's obviously that gender difference. There's also the culture difference.
So what is different?
I think in the Asian culture, we're not straightforward. But you guys are.
Yeah.
Right? You guys just go straight on. Attack. head on, and sometimes we get I wouldn't say offended, just maybe we take more time to calibrate or to reflect before we give our answers, and that can come across as we are uncertain or that we don't know our stuff maybe. Just because we are a little slow in...
Which is not the case, right?
Which is not the case.
Just taking more time to process things.
That's right.
Right.
Right. Or we want to not offend, right? Because we're just nice.
Especially I think towards Caucasians. That's the biggest joke here.
Yeah. But I do appreciate the difference. I think there is a lot of things we can learn from the differences, right? Asians can be more outspoken, for sure. We can get to the point faster, for sure. And I think maybe the expats or the foreigners could maybe take time to slow down and appreciate the culture, appreciate the differences, and give us some time to calibrate and think about our answers, and let us get back to you.
I love that. It's very gracefully put, Jasmine. I can see.
I think that's what you experienced as well, no?
Yes. I mean, I have been in Singapore, what to say, it's more than 15 years now. Yes, I'm fascinated with Asia, and I learned so much, and I have a different experience, right? Your business partner is Caucasian. My husband is Asian.
I see.
So that has been a very interesting journey. Everything pretty much what you said. But he would be, you're too fast, slow down.
Yeah,
you're too direct. Say it indirectly.
That's
you know, just wait. Don't rush people. And so it's interesting how just certain things we kind of have culturally, and we need to learn how to adjust when we go to a different world.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot just being married with him and dealing with people.
I see. And I think in business as well, we tend to build connections. I think that's important. And I'm sure it's important in other aspects of the world, but maybe foreigners would expect, if I'm good, you'll take me, right? I don't have to I wouldn't need the time to build a relationship with you.
So the CV is enough, right?
That's right.
So which is not
it's
here.
Not.
Yes.
It's not. It's so important, especially in Asian countries, to have a connection, a relationship. And that's what we should build first, than to show off what you have in your portfolio, or that what you're good at, because people don't need to know what you're good at. People need to know whether they can connect with you.
Yeah, and they can trust you. Right?
And they can trust you. And I think
you.
trust is so important. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. So coming to your daughters again, right? Since for you it's a big thing, I know, and you're very proud to be mommy, and you identify a lot, with that. So a lot of things you do professionally and personally is to inspire them.
Yes.
So if you would give, let's say, a message for your daughters or anyone, sort of any other children around their age, what would you say?
To the children, right? I was watching the movie Barbie with my kids, and it was about women empowerment and all that, right? There was a quote, and I'm going to use it now. I hope I don't butcher it. It says, "We mothers stand still so that our daughters can look back and see how far they have come." I actually don't relate with that, because after my divorce, I was running. I was running as far as I can, right? I was trying to go further. I was trying to run faster. I was trying to be better for my girls so that they can see how far I have come, and they will be inspired to travel further than me. So if I have a message to any young ladies out there, or even mothers or women, it would be, rise up. There is nothing to gain from standing still. Rise up and be the rising tide that lifts all boats.
Thank you so much. And that was Jasmine Girl on YanaTV, sharing in such a graceful, gentle way her story, very profound, for the motherhood, being an athlete, being a businesswoman. And Jasmine and I would love to hear from you in the comments under this video. What is your journey? Maybe we have mothers who are very passionate about motherhood with us. Maybe we have other athletes. So please, if you're colleagues of Jasmine, let us know that you watched this video, comment below and connect with us. As we have been saying here, many interviews already, relationships is everything. So I personally would love to hear from you. And we also would like to say a special thank you to Muse Studio for hosting YanaTV. They are our very special, beloved partners. So thank you for the opportunity. And the most important, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and share this wonderful episode with Jasmine, with friends. Let's share love, and I see you next time.
really don't understand the question. Can you?
Yes, yes, yes.
I am like,
can see, I can see blink.
Yeah, blink. Not running, no Isha. What?
Not running.
Expects? What expects?
Yes.
What?